All right. Well, hey, it has been a while since you've been cruising with Kelly, because it has been a while since I've got up and had to truck on in. But here we are, November 9th, 2021. It is about 45 degrees here on the west coast of Florida, Hernando County. And just going to cruise on down and hopefully catch some beautiful skies. So that's the goal. Not cars, not traffic. But I am working my way in to my desk that I have not seen in 19 months. I think I popped in there once, maybe twice in the past almost 2 years to get things that I needed, but today I'm going in. Been working in there for a while, and I am cleaning stuff up and out because with all of the change, more change is coming. So I will officially give up that desk, and depending on what buildings they have when it's all said and done, I will be hoteling it wherever or whenever I go into the office. So anybody that is in corporate, anyone that is going through the change from this pandemic, that's pretty much what it is. I would like to say that it has been a welcome change, welcome break, but you know, this pandemic has really put a ton of undue stress on many, if not everyone, at different times and different places. But here I am. I'm blessed. Like I said, it's November 9th, 2021. Time flies when you're having fun. I am up. I am breathing. I am cruising. And you are cruising with me if you're watching this after the fact. I don't do lives when I'm cruising. I just record it. That way, if I decide or if I fumble and I say something that I add to making me look really goofy. Goofy's not the problem. However, you know, I still got that little bit of pride thing going on that I struggle with. So, hey, I'm open, I'm honest, I'm transparent. Although if you took my resume and you got to know me and you just hung out for a while, you would really understand that although I can be very transparent, I can make things very convoluted. So, welcome to my world, and welcome back to Cruising with Kelly. I don't even know when the last time I did it. I think I took a little spin just to get out and about. A lot has happened since then. I don't even know where I left off. I've seen too many of my friends diagnosed with severe illness, too many people with COVID, too many people passing, too many people fighting cancer. Too many of my friends losing their children very young. Too many additional anxiety stressors that are triggering my own family. But on the flip side to that, for a while we couldn't go anywhere, right? We had to do what was being said to be done. We had to get vaccinated or fight the fight, whatever. I'm not going to get into that whole thing. But the bottom line is there's been some good out of it too. If we can get past all of the things that we cannot control, and we can take charge of the moments that God has given us to live and live, sometimes we are able to capture that deep breath that we're given. Now, I was able to finally, after 2 years, long before the COVID, because I hadn't been up there, my trips all got canceled, blah, blah, blah. But I finally got up to see my elderly parents and spent time with them in May. And I don't know if I posted any of the trip or not. I got to see my family. It was awesome. It truly was awesome to hug on them and everything, even though it was scary, right? Because I might have been vaccinated because it was supposed to prevent it, and then afterwards we found out that it doesn't prevent it. We can still carry it. But no matter what, things have changed. We can't just walk up and hug on people that we haven't seen in forever. That's going to be a challenge today. I'm going into the office, catching up and taking care of some business, and I'm going to see some of my friends that I work with. And I know I'm a hugger. I'm I'm a hugger all the way, man. And I've even come up with this, hey, let me give you this really good side hug. But it's crazy. It's crazy how something so unseen can control so much of what we say, what we do, what we can, what we can't. It's just crazy. So, yeah, it was crazy when I got up north. It was a beautiful visit. The weather reminded me, because of course I'm down in Florida, and although Florida is beautiful in its own way, it is not that deep, plush, big that the northern states hold when it comes to green grass and bigger trees and stuff like that. So I was just in awe, remembering where I grew up at and loving all of spring blooming, and and quite frankly, enjoying the temperature. This morning it's a little chilly. I actually have my seat warmer on, just to keep the chill off of me. However, it feels great. Now, do I want cooler weather every day? Heck no. I don't know if anybody does. I'm sure some people are weird like that, just like some people are weird like having it hot. I miss the seasons. And I made it a point that I had been invited over and over and over for years to take a ride up into the mountains to family's property. They had a couple of acres and nice little cabin, and there was always something else going on. I was getting on a cruise ship because that was awesome. I haven't cruised since 2019. The last cruise I went on was the Jesus Freak cruise, which, hey, how appropriate if I'm gonna close it out. And who's to say I may or may not get on another cruise ship? I would like to, but not a priority right now. But anyway, back to finally saying, okay, I'm going to get in that car. I'm not 20 anymore. I'm going to get in that car. I'm going to drive that 9 hours. And I'm going to go just chill away from technology. Now, when you've lived in technology your entire career and you're attached 24/7, yeah, it was beautiful. Of course, it wasn't as bad as it could have been, but when I got down to the cabin, because we are deep into the mountain, made it down and around, I had to be let in, okay, so 9 hours to the post box, and then probably another 5 to 7 minutes in the road that winds and turns deep into the mountain, and I would have never found it. As a matter of fact, once I got in there, I turned around, I backed up, unloaded my stuff to take into the cabin. I couldn't move forward. It had been raining the week before, and that mountain was just so wet that the tires of the rental I had just spun. It was quite funny that that was my first visit there. So I guess I got to work on, if I'm going up again soon, not in the winter time, obviously, because it's a mountain. It's a mountain, so got to be ready for it. And they closed the cabin up anyway. With that being said, I was able to hang out in the Nantanella National Forest area with, oh my God, the beautiful waterfalls and running water. And apparently many people go up there to fly fish. It's a beautiful place if you're a fisher. And then the Smoky Mountain, Blue Ridge Line, Smoky Mountain National Park. The cabin of family's property is like 20 minutes in either direction of those places. How foolish have I been to just try to put it off? Perspective is everything. And when they said, oh, you're not going to believe how beautiful it is, you need to come up and just chill out and visit and hang out. When somebody keeps telling you that, don't make excuses. Make it a point to take the time so that you can not only make memories, but also enjoy God's beauty. And it was time. It was time. Those anxiety triggers that kept leveling up, you know, different things over 2 years of things I didn't get to do, things I did do, things I helped other people do, things, just things. And I guess I gotta pull over because that was my toll transponder and I'm gonna have to pull over and pick it up and get it back out the window. It hasn't been out in a while, so it looks like it's going to stick. You're getting the raw deal today. So Cruising with Kelly. Hey, good morning. Good morning. All right, I'm going to have to find a spot up here to pull over, reach over, and grab that thing. So let me do it here. Sometimes we just got to improvise. All right. Give me 1 minute and I'll get chattering back again. There it is. I must have my transponder. It's going to be a pain in my butt. Get it to stick on this side, or at least catch it faster if it falls, I'm hoping. Alright, like I said, we're looking at the sky this morning while I'm chattering away. And I do not own rights to the radio station playing in the background of this. I hope that when I go to put this out on my site, they don't block it, because I didn't realize how loud I had it. But it is what it is until it's not. So I wish there were a bunch of great things that I could tell you that's going on, but all I can tell you is that if he got you up and you got hearing in your ears, sight in your eyes, feeling in your body, no matter if it hurts, no matter if it is faded, no matter if it's hard, you're blessed, because there's many people that are far more suffering and maybe not even getting up. There are people, I hate to say it, I don't want to use that card, those kids in Ethiopia, right? You better eat all your food or you're going to be blah, blah, blah. Well, bottom line is in the world today, there are probably 100 times more people suffering from brokenness than ever before. And what's really sad is, as the future progresses, we should be eliminating all that stuff. We should be able to help the least of these when we are doing well. We should be able to understand not to look down on people just because we're in a better place than they are, or they were, or we were, whatever. But we don't. We've got more and more division, we've got more and more separation, and we've got more and more pious people out there walking around talking the talk but not walking the walk. We've got more people out there thinking that they're getting away with living double lives, or people out there thinking that everything that they've collected and everything that they have is who they are, that are just miserable. Yeah, it might get you into a few more places to line the pockets of other people. It might even get you in to have a voice on whatever agenda, politically, bureaucratically speaking, you feel the need to be part of. But it's not going to last. We are all created equal. We were all created, we all bleed red. We all are made for something unique and something more destined than we can ever imagine to touch. However, we are all created in the image of God. And I think if there's one thing that, if we survive, none of us know when tomorrow's going to be. No one knows if, what the journey's going to be up ahead. However, if we are destined to survive and talk about this historically in the next 50 years, what is it that you're going to be able to really talk about without, I don't want to say shame, but, that enlightens everyone, that helps them grow, that gives them hope, that helps them see a light beyond the darkness? Now, don't look at me, because I am far from that person that gets any of that right. There's, I say it all the time, wouldn't it be nice to have one big kumbaya, a campfire, that feeling that you get when everybody's sitting around and just absorbing the love and the peace and the harmony. And here goes that Coca-Cola commercial in the back of my head now, from back in probably the 70s or 80s. I'd like to, I don't know, whatever it was. I'm trying to drive and think at the same time. But anyway, hopefully you get my drift. If you've never listened to it, it's out there. There's been a lot of things that I am well known for, and I know that people will always say that I have a big heart. I know that without a doubt. And it's not something that I try to do. It's not something that I purpose. It's just who I am. And do I have a little bit of pride in that? I think so. For the simple fact that where I come from and all of the things that I have grown through, that I've been allowed to journey through and make it to the other side, even with a lot of scars and a lot of missing pieces, the chips that couldn't be found. I am beyond blessed to say thank you, God, for allowing me not to become hateful and hurtful and mean and wanting to get even with everything and everyone that has ever done me wrong. And even more so, the fact that I can say thank you for allowing me to still want to get out and step outside of my comfort zone. And trust me, I'm out there. I'm called upon to do some things, and I'm like, oh, not me. But when God has a calling for you and you listen, it's beyond any description of a blessing that can be. And it may not, it might not make sense to those people that just don't walk the walk, or those people that know God from the outside but never met Jesus. I know it doesn't make sense, because quite honestly, I can remember back in the day when I had my struggles, and I can remember before I even met Jesus, before I ever said, all right, I really want to know you. And it wasn't kind of like that. It really wasn't. But I wanted to know him, and I finally got to know him, and I fell in love with him. And I can't even tell you the day was that I kind of look back and say, I could almost pinpoint it, but things changed. I wasn't the person I was before I started walking with Jesus. The feeling, the abundance, the indescribable peace, and the depth that has filled me with blessing, even when things have been really hard. And there's still times, even when things are breaking down and I don't think I can do it, instead of going out and it's just becoming a statistic and giving up or masking it or numbing it or trying to forget it by just going out and hell raising or just getting drunk or drugging or, filling it. Yeah, I have some odd ways of doing it. I take and work through my stress by doing things around my house or by dedicating my time to give to others, and it helps me grow forward. Now, I don't know what your vice is. I don't know what you do to help you get through. I don't know what your talents are. I don't know what your belief is. I don't know what you believe in yourself to be. It's not my place to. It's not your place to try to figure out everything or anything for anyone else either. It's your place to live your best life with Jesus on the inside and getting to know him. And the only way, by the way, you're going to get to know him is start picking up that Bible and start learning what Scripture says and challenging those people that are out there teaching it. I'm not a theologian. I know a little bit more than I did years ago. I'm not a theologian. I don't want to be a theologian. I just know that there's more to life than what's on the surface of your own physical temple. The book, once you open you up, what's inside is who you are. So don't suppress all the good that's inside of you. Don't suppress or let anyone else by their judgment suppress who you are, or by the misdeeds that maybe you've done because you thought that's the direction you were going to go. Maybe a choice you made really did some damage somewhere to you or to somebody else, and unfortunately now you're shut down. Yesterday is gone. You are not what you did yesterday. You might have lasting effects because of the ongoing results of something that you chose to do or be part of or had done to you. But today is now. And today, if you were given the opportunity to get up, you have however many minutes in that day that you are given to seize those moments and seize those opportunities or be those opportunities. So don't ever think that what was yesterday, even if it broke you badly, physically, emotionally, fight to get back up. And the best one to have in your corner is not Rocky Balboa or anybody who thinks they are. Jesus is. And the only way you're going to know who he is by inviting him into your life and getting to know him daily. Circle up, find yourself some small group Bible studies. Get into I'm going to say it, a non-denominational based church to where they are Bible based. They're teaching biblically. They are not teaching what they want. They are diving into what the Bible says and challenge it. Start listening to positive vibes. Music takes me places that I can't even begin to tell you. I love music. And even at times, there's been such good creators, great talent, that I've actually got hooked on those people that have been blessed with that talent. But the bottom line is everybody is human. And God created you with more talents as well. I know that I just went off, but anybody that knows me, if you ever read my blog, I'm like, oh, there goes that mind maze, it's dumping out. So I'm not typing it out today. Excuse me, I am actually cruising with the thoughts just flowing. So I can't back up and erase it and retype it. So you get what you get. It's raw, it's me, it's real. But the bottom line in all of this is I'm not a great speaker. I know a lot about some things to be dangerous. I'm a button pusher. I spent years as a software testing analyst and did well with it. And then I rolled into technical project management, and I'm finding my way. But I know how to push buttons. I know how to constantly ask questions because I'm definitely a question person. And I don't just take the answer to be the final answer. However, in real life, the if and when an answer comes across and it's harmful or it's going to do damage, yeah, I close it off. I don't want to know anymore. I am all about showing up. So I'm all about continually learning, and I do, and I push people to constantly challenge and learn more. I may, as an example, help lead small groups for kids or even women's groups. And I may be given the material that has been given to me to help teach whatever the lesson may be. You know, you get your study Bible, you get your study videos, you get your study books. Everybody comes together, you watch the videos, you do the book work, you fill in the pages. But I don't stop there. It's not just because I've been given a voice and I can help drive what, or share what's been shared with me, but it's about trying to get people, you, me, my family, strangers, kids, to dig in and seek for themselves. And I think that's a big thing right now, is having your own voice, not selfishly in front of a camera doing crazy things. I'm not even going to go there. I've put some selfies out. I've done some quick TikToks, I guess, or even cruising with Kelly, right? However, it's about where it really matters. Are you thinking for yourself, or are you just taking what your family and your friends say? Are you doing your homework for yourself, or are you just doing what somebody else has told you to do because right now it fits where you're at and you don't want to have to change anything? Oh, I got the heat on this car. Turn that off. Are you going political here for a minute? Are you riding the coattails of all the political views of your family and friends, or the majority, or are you doing your homework? Spiritually, are you believing what others believe because they believe it and you see something in them that you want, but you haven't dove in to find all of the facts yourself? Or are you doing your homework? Are you stepping in there, and are you really truly trying to understand for yourself of what it means and where it's going to take you when you learn? Are you motivated for you, for selfless reasons? Or are you motivated selfishly? I mean, I don't need to know. Those are just some of the things that are coming to my head that I think about all the time. Why do we do what we do when we don't want to do it? What is it, Proverbs? There's a section in there, or is it Romans? I can't remember. Like I said, I'm not a theologian, and my mind has got so much going on all the time. I get them mixed up. But what I will say is, Romans 12:2 is do not conform to the ways of this world, you know. And I can't even remember that this morning because I'm paying attention to my first ride back in. Be your own person. Be the person that God has given you life to be. And dive in and find out who God is and who His Son Jesus is, and get to know why. It is a continual daily blessing and lesson to learn why we have been given life. And even more so, what we get to do with it. Don't waste it. Don't waste it. That's all I'm trying to get at, is that who would have thought this would be 19 months since I'd be doing this ride that used to be daily? Who would have thought that I'd be even talking on a video, much less a bunch of them? Because for a while I was doing my cruising with Kelly once a week, daily, monthly, whenever. Who would have thought that I'd even still be alive this long? And does it matter? Nah, not to many. Not to many. Anything I have to say, anything I really have to do, only matters to people that can grow from it. If there is one little thing that can be planted and you think about it and helps you keep moving forward, then that is awesome. But I get it. I get it. Not everybody likes certain colors. Not everybody likes to hear certain voice types. Not everybody likes to look at certain body types. We're all superficial. Absolutely, we're all superficial. And I'm guilty of that too. I am very guilty of that. Even being far from perfect, and I'm not that Barbie doll. Even when I was young and cute and in my 20s and flaunted what I had, I was never the Barbie doll type, not the high maintenance type. I am very independent, and I can run with the best of them. Now I stay clear of it because I'm not in a competition. I was always that one that, you what? You don't think I can do what? Watch this. I don't have nothing to prove to anybody now. The only thing that I am trying to prove is that, yeah, you know what? It is okay to not be okay. It is okay, and there is life outside of not getting all jacked up. You don't have to, and I get people have a casual drink. People, still have habits of smoking and stuff like that. I used to do all that crap. When I was that little 98-pound thing, then I used to be on the dart league, and I used to be out there shooting pool, and I used to work at the biker bar, and it was like I got a thrill out of pulling drinks at closing time at a big dude's hand, saying, "Come on, time to go. You didn't drink it fast enough." I got a few screws loose, right? It used to be a thing that I could outdrink the 6-foot whatever person and still walk around and have my wits about me. It really got me nowhere except for the next day hungover. And I'm not saying, don't go out and have your fun. I'm just saying, think about the choices that you're going to make and think about who you are circling up with when you make them. Because necessarily, and I taught this to my kids the whole time they were growing up, and still, you don't have to be doing what somebody else is doing, but if you're hanging out with them, guilt by association is a number one failing point that consumes more people than not. So know who you're trying to grow forward with. And honestly, if you're hanging out with people, aren't you trying to grow forward, or are you just stagnant, hanging out in a little puddle of mud? I mean, that's the way it is. Are you just hanging out, taking up space, or are you trying to grow forward? What is your purpose? God gave you life. Make it count. Do your best. And when your best is not good enough, maybe it's not meant to be. Seek a different direction. But the bottom line is find out who you really are in Christ. Go out and look up Louis Giglio Lamina, YouTube. It's a podcast of a conference that he did. We are all made in the image of God. Now again, I'm not a theologian, and I can help facilitate a lot of stuff. And I can point you in directions of a lot of loving, beautiful souls. And I can hope that I am in that classification of being a loving, beautiful soul. There's going to be days when you go to look at those loving, beautiful souls and realize that they are human too. That I make mistakes almost daily. And they make mistakes. So don't put all of your everything that makes your life complete into any one person. If you're going to do that, put it in Jesus first, because he allows you to live, and then yourself. Dedicate it back to yourself by learning, growing, and honoring and building up the temple that you have. And I've got a long way to grow on that too. There's days that doubt consumes me. There's days that 2 years, let's face it. I used to be in the gym all the time. It's been more than 2 years that I've been in the gym. In fact, I just went and hung upside down on someone's inversion table last night because of all of the sitting that I've been doing. Now my back is starting to give me a hard time. There's a lot of different ways that you can build yourself up, a lot of different ways to make yourself well. It doesn't mean don't become if you're a gym rat, great. If you're not, Just get up and move. Find ways that are going to help you grow, help you stay healthy, and help you be your best self. And open your mind, open your spirit. Find a good Bible-based church. Circle up with people that want to grow in positive vibes and grow in God. If He's calling on you, if you're hearing anything about this, and me talking about God, me talking about Jesus, He's tapping on your door. He's wanting your attention. If you're hearing, oh, I wish you would just shut up, there's no blah, 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 then I suggest that, you do your own thing. Come on, mister. I suggest you do your own thing. That's all I can say. I am not here to convince you to step right, step left. I just hope that you keep stepping forward, and in the meantime, you're not stepping all over people on the way. I'm hoping that you're not out there using up people because somebody else used you up. I am hoping that you are paying it forward, whether it be with a kind word, just listening, a meal, a thank you. Hold the door. I am really hoping that you're teaching your children respect and loyalty and being steadfast and perseverance. And most of all, I am hoping that you're teaching them how to grow for themselves. Not take for themselves. Not disrespect others for themselves. And it's hard. It's a hard world. I live behind a school, and I can tell you right now, those middle school kids come out and they got the worst mouth than any grown-up I ever heard. I'm talking about planting seeds of how they can grow and work towards something better. And it is going to be a hard journey to grow in the environment, in the world that we live in today. And that's why Jesus matters, because we need Him. All of this stuff is not new. Might be new for our generation, but read the Bible, learn about it, watch videos, watch podcasts. Know if it's biblical, that's in the original doctrine, or know if it's something that somebody just came up with. You don't have to join a cult or a club to belong to Jesus. Jesus is in your soul, it's in your heart, and it's in the relationship that you make with Him 24/7. So if you haven't started that relationship, I pray that you do. In the meantime, looks like I'm starting to get a lot of traffic, so I will go ahead and end this video. If you've hung with me for the past 37 minutes, hey, thanks. It's been a while. I had a lot to say. I hope at least some of it gives you something to think about. I hope it makes you smile. If it doesn't, hey, I'm not out here to offend anyone. You don't have to listen to it, but if you do, it's your choice. Own your choices. With that, have a blessed day, a blessed night. Know you're loved. Know that if He got you up again today, you have more reason, more opportunity to make a difference for you, for your family, even if things are horribly wrong. Dive in, swim with the sharks, and show them who's boss. Anyway, much love, much harmony, much peace, and beyond blessings from Jesus. Till next time, peace out.